it can be intimidating for some larger companies. They may have a nice IT infrastructure in place. They might have, a CTO, things like that. What's your approach when it comes to small and medium firms? Is it easier for them to find a partner, and are they less intimidated, or is it a different approach than working with large mortgage banks and things like that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, the synergy of size is somewhat important because each kind of vendor organization is geared towards working with certain client profiles. And so large enterprise outsourcers that are our peers are really geared at working with very large organizations with large bureaucracies, and they don't have a singular focus on the business either. So that becomes a fit in those particular scenarios. But we're talking about the largest of the largest. Right. Now, as we know, large monolithic organizations that have to do this themselves need to become nimble. And so rather than looking at, we say elephant versus cheetah, right?
Right.
I'm obviously alluding to us being the cheetah. The fact is that you always need a cheetah, no matter how big you are.
Yeah.
And organizations in this time of belt tightening are saying, well, I don't need somebody who tells me the regular stuff. What is it that you're going to do that is radically different than the way I am doing it today? I want to know the 10x solution, not the 2x solution.
Exactly.
And what is your innovation in the piece? I don't want to hear you just telling me exactly what the top 5 large consulting firms are saying. What is your unique approach that differentiates you and allows me to hire you? So
you took one of my questions. What is your unique differentiator at Nexval?
Right, exactly. So what we are trying to do is really kind of have a technology-driven approach to delivering outsourcing services. Not like technology to enhance outsourcing, but technology with outsourcing as its adjunct. So really kind of flipping the coin. And when you look at it that way, then you're first looking at automation, you're first looking at AI, you're first looking at cloud and other solutions which are not monolithic, which are not kind of from the past. And then you're saying, well, after I have looked through all of these alternatives, then and only then shall I consider a human resource, right? So the typical approach is saying, well, we have 100 people, and can we get down the cost by 15%? But what about saying, well, we're primarily a technology solution. How many people do we need to augment what technology can do or support it, right? Or maybe the development is not there, has not been finished yet, or the technology is not there yet for the last mile. So that propels us as a company, and this is the transformation in Nexval that has been going on for the last several years that we've been investing in, is to really then have a unique imprint and saying, this is the Nexval way, this is our technology solution to this problem, which is unique, and it's not just a service. And that has really helped us gain a lot of additional clients and really compete with all of the peers in the industry who are essentially, when you have a really, really large company, innovation comes last. As you see in other industries, very large companies don't innovate, they acquire innovation.
Yes.
And try to scale it. They're good at scaling and innovation, but they're not good at innovating as such.
Right.
We are, as a boutique firm, innovators first, and then we look at once the innovation cycle has reached its endpoint, then and only then are we looking at the traditional solutions, which is typically in the mortgage industry throwing more people at the problem. Right now, throwing more people at the problem is not a solution given the current economic environment. So we are actually seeing an uptick in our efforts. And a lot of the things that we do are based on incubators. So rather than build a huge solution and say, well, client, can you just look at this? What we build is some prototypes and some projects that take a certain case study and a certain workflow. And then we model the solution to it. And then, so this is built code, which has already been created, and then we bring it to a
custom tailored solutions.
Exactly, and bring them to our customers, and then we tweak it for their specific need. So this gives them that hop, skip, and jump into implementing it rather than going through their internal IT and building it from the ground up. And of course, we can also use the economies of scale and our learnings from working across the industry or various problem types. Sometimes clients do not know fully what are all the problems they're trying to solve. They might have 2 or 3 things they have in mind.
And then you uncover Pandora's box and find more.
Right. We don't anticipate it. We are actually seeing it across clients. So then we can bring those benefits in our solutions. Obviously, these are solutions that are industry-wide. There's nothing proprietary or specific. If this is a proprietary process inside of a client, obviously we will not build a solution. We'll build a solution specifically for that. But in general, like an improvement in the way of doing a particular process is that we have innovated. We can share through our either off-the-shelf softwares or custom-built softwares with our client base.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for joining us for Nexval Souren with Souren series. Until next time.